What's up guys, my name is Westy and I'm back again today for another Battlefield commentary for you guys. And today I want to talk about DLCs. Now in Battlefield 4 we know there is going to be a premium sort of section of the game, much the same way as we had for Battlefield 3. Now I was a big fan of Premium from Battlefield 3, it basically gave you all of the bundled DLC in one massive chunk, available for a cheaper price than it would have been to pay for all different sections at one time. But I did have a few problems with it. There are certain parts of Premium I think that could have been improved, and there are certain parts of it that I think really just needed sort of pulling up and actually taking out completely. Now this sort of leads me on to what I want to talk about today. I previously did a video about my top 5 wish list of things that I know I want for Battlefield 4 but are never really going to come about. And number 3 on that list was sort of like free DLC, and I kind of want to tweak what I said there because I had to think about it and I came up with a better idea. Now, a lot of you guys, if you play on PC, are going to be familiar with the Steam client and the way that they do free multiplayer weekends. I took my idea based on that. So let's say we have a premium section for Battlefield 4, but you're not really interested in forking out extra money for that part of the game. Now that's completely understandable because it is quite a lot of money, so I think it was £40 that we had to fork out for Battlefield 3 Premium. So that's quite a sizable amount of money considering you've already paid £40 for the base game. And this is where my idea comes in. Now a lot of people like to buy sort of DLCs offhand. So they buy one if they like it, but they like the look of it, they can buy it and then they sort of skip the next 3 maybe and then buy the last one. And that's completely fine. But my idea would be to sort of have a 48-hour trial system. This would be where EA and DICE give everybody who owns Battlefield 4 access to that DLC for 48 hours as a trial period. That way they can see whether they like the DLC or not and whether they want to purchase it. Of course, if you owned Battlefield 4 Premium, this wouldn't make a huge amount of difference to you because you'd already be available to have it afterwards anyway. But I kind of think that you could use it the same way as in Premium. There's a 48-hour sort of trial period, whether you like it or not, and if you don't like it, you can just uninstall it like you could any other expansion pack if you have Premium. I think this sort of trial period would give sort of users an idea whether they'd like the DLC, because I know a lot of people that were tied into the Battlefield 3 Premium sort of side of things, that a lot of people didn't like the first 2 expansions, which were Close Quarters and Armoured Kill. First off, we had Close Quarters, which is obviously a complete departure from what we expect from a Battlefield game. You had close quarters combat. Now, a lot of people didn't actually like that, but of course, because they've got Premium, they sort of had to have the DLC anyway. They had to have it. They couldn't get a refund for it or whatever they wanted. They had it because they had Premium. They had no choice. So if you put my scenario into Battlefield 3 Premium, you've got a 48-hour trial period where everybody who doesn't have Premium gets to try out that DLC for 48 hours. And then that way they can see whether they like it or not. If they don't like it, they don't have to buy it. If they do like it, then they can go ahead and buy it anyway. I think this would be better for pretty much every player of Battlefield because there are parts of the game that we don't particularly like. Like in Endgame, I don't like air superiority. Obviously, Endgame is a great DLC, but it was something that maybe we don't have to play if we don't want to. Much the same way I don't really like Close Quarters. I like playing it from time to time. Gameplay in the background suggests that. But I don't like playing Close Quarters all of the time. I like playing Aftermath, I like playing Endgame, I like even playing the base maps more than any other DLC in the game. This would give consumers more choice, it would make them happier because they weren't forced into a DLC that they didn't actually want to play, and of course it means that you don't have to waste your money on a DLC that you didn't want. Now I think this is a really good idea because all at the end of the day it makes people happier, you can save a bit of money if you don't like a DLC, but I could never see EA implementing it. EA are on the hunt for your money. What they want you to do is turn your wallet upside down and tip all the money into their open hands. The recent SimCity patch is pretty much a great example of what EA are doing right now. Maxis did not have the time to patch all the bugs in SimCity. They released patch number 2 and it created a whole load more of problems. It was evident from the start of SimCity anyway that the game wasn't actually finished, but EA rushed them to get it finished, pushed it out and charged people £40 for that privilege. So you can pretty much see my idea never being implemented, but I think it's a genuinely good idea that would help consumers and help people play Battlefield in a better way because they don't have to play games that they don't want to play. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you have a better idea than the one that I've come up with? Perhaps a different opinion? Perhaps the way that premium could be implemented in Battlefield 4? I want to know your opinions on this, guys, so leave them in the comments below. But that's the end of this video today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to give it a like, and comments are always appreciated. I do want to know your opinions on pretty much every video I make, so make sure you always leave a comment. But my name is Westy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.